I'm walking down the street on clouds instead of the concrete I'm dancing through. Everything's about to come my way.
What's up, plant people? I'm back. Came to see you again. So I had to go get some soil. I don't like ordering soil online. Every time I seem to get bags full of fungus gnats, or if I buy it at Walmart, I get bags full of fungus gnats. So I needed to go get some soil. While I was at the nursery buying some soil, I found a lovely plant. As you can see here, this is an Alocasia Portei, I think is how you pronounce it. And there was an extra in the pot. This came along with it. It's just a regular old basic Alocasia. But because the two are in the same pot, and this is such a big pot that's unnecessary, I am going to repot this. I am going to pot them up into two separate pots, make it a little bit smaller, and I figured I would share with you guys what I'm doing. So first things first, actually, is I don't have enough soil mixed up. All right. So and I'm prepared for the mess this is going to make on my floor. So this is just a basic soil mixture with a little bit of small pieces of bark and a lot of perlite, but not enough for me. So I'm going to add more perlite to it and just a little bit of orchid bark. Worm castings. I'm just going to throw a decent amount of that in there. So when it comes to orchid bark, I'm not super picky about what kind I use. I do like the smaller stuff, but I've noticed that the smaller stuff is harder to come by in the store, so I end up with slightly larger. Now I'm not going to add a lot of this, but I do want it to have a little bit of variation because I know that alocasias do like to have their feet slightly moist. Not wet, slightly moist. And then I'm going to put perlite in here. Okay. And then we're going to give it the old mixaroonie. I usually mix a slightly larger batch of soil when I do it, so that way I don't have to remix regularly. However, unfortunately, with these plants, being that they are slightly larger and they do need a slightly larger pot, I'm probably going to have to do this twice. So let's set that off to the side. I just wanted to have it ready. All right. Here's the fun part. I am going to attempt to take these three plants out of this pot without hurting anything. So let's see how this goes. I'm just going to give it a little slight massage. And then I'm going to be honest, I'm going to be more careful with these than I am with this one. More careful with the Portei than I am with this Alocasia. Because yes, I love it and I'd like to keep it, but at the same time, I already have one. So I just don't want to hurt these boys. Okay, so. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to dig this, as much of this soil so I can see where these roots are. All right. I am also going to keep as much of the old soil on there as I can because I know that it's used to that environment. So let's help it some. All right. I'm going to. So I don't know where we got when it cut off, but here we are. So the root system. I know it's a larger pot. That's okay because I'm not going to heavy water this baby at all. I am just going to keep a close eye on it because I know they get top heavy and I don't want it to topple over. So I am going to now add the soil to help stabilize this Alocasia in the pot. I'm tamping it down some, but not very hard. Just enough to give it a little bit of security in the pot. Oh, you know what? I think I went way too deep. What? I'm sure somebody's going to come for me at the size of this pot for this root system. You know what I mean? All right, you guys. I have left quite a bit of space from the top of the pot to where the soil is. Not a big deal. I just don't want to go too far up the stem of this Alocasia and cause it to rot the stem. But the way it was in the pot from the nursery, it was the actual stem was growing kind of at an angle on the top of the soil. So I buried it a little just to give it a little bit more support. And I will, let's see. I'll get you some better pictures afterwards. So I'm going to set this one off to the side for right now. This is going to be way too big. Okay, now to do the others. So we've got another little baby Portei that was in that big pot. We're going to go ahead and get it potted up too. And I'm making a huge mess. Number 2. All right. And then last,
Show your viewers. Can you turn it? Show them.
it's kind of hard to see down in there, but it's just a pile of mud. A pile of mud. All right, so this little guy, wow. I'm actually going to dig through that soil and see if there's any little tubers in there, because I know that happens.
What is this?
That's a little tuber.
Nice.
I think, anyway, I think this pot's going to be too small. All right, it's going to go in here for now. I'm going to repot it soon enough. I've got to go get a slightly larger pot because these ones are what I had. Alrighty. Then we have alright. I'm gonna clean this mess up a little bit and I'll get you some pictures of those plants all potted up and everything. And Yeah, I'm definitely digging around because that looks like a little tuber right there. Let's see. Let's see if we can find any other treasures. Oh, there's one. There's one. Sweet. I'm going to have some other stuff to pot up and see what we get out of it, you guys. I found a few little tubers in here. I keep finding them. And I am absolutely okay with that. It's just funny because I don't know which plant they're going to be because there was two in this pot. So nice. Thanks. Do you see all those I just found?
Yeah.
All right, so I think that's it on the tubers. But I've got a few. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pot them up together. I put some of this old soil in here. Down in the bottom. Now, I've probably gone about halfway up to the end of the pot. Lovely, eh? So I'm going to go ahead and put these in here. And yes, I'm putting a bunch of them in one pot because some of them will take off, some of them will not take off. And we will just, see what does what.
You don't even know what they are.
Yeah, no clue what they are. No idea. So a little bit of worm testings on the top of that baby. Okay. That one's done. And I've got these two other little pieces that I found that were already starting to take off. So I'm going to get another little pot and I'm going to go ahead and pop those up. And I'll get some pictures for you guys as soon as I'm done. Right here. Yes, I'm making a huge mess. So I'm potting these two up together.
What do you hope these tubers are?
I really hope they're more the Portei. I really like that plant. That is a super cool plant. I have never seen one like that ever before I went to go get out yesterday. And as soon as myself and Petey saw it, we were both like, yeah, we need that plant. Okay. So the last one, potted up. I'll get you some pictures, and we'll be back.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box, beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better, I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes.
All right, you guys, so I've gotten everything potted up. I showed you a couple little videos, little pictures of what they look like, all in their pretty little pots. And I hope you guys like it. Leave me some comments. Tell me what you think. I mean, I think this is a really cool plant. It's not something I've ever seen before. I definitely like to find stuff like this because the more out there it is, I don't know, the stuff that's different really catches my eye. That's all I'm going to say. So I just want to thank you guys again for coming and hanging out with me for a little while. And as I always say, come back. Let's hang out again. Bring your friends. If you don't want to bring your friends, that's cool, because you guys are the reason I'm here and I'm doing this. So I'll see you again in the next one. Peace out.
Durr, bring your friends.
What?
Bring your friends. Durr. Where was your microphone the whole time that was going on?
I don't like him. Jasmine! Yes, shut up! I'm trying to film and you're loud.
Pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. You see the drippy, I'm fitted up. Hop in my car and the giddy up. Secure the bag, yeah, I get the bus. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. Ooh, I've been on the flex since flex zone. Neighborhood all in your eardrums. I ain't never scared like Bone Crush. Boy, I got God, don't fear none. My line busy, take no calls. Feels like I don't have no flaws. Snakes in the grass, cut those off. Your squad shitty, might bro.